Okay, so we're here today with Farah, and Farah is one of Nuzest influencers. So thank you for coming on today, Farah.
Thank you, Scott.
To kick things off, I'd really like to understand, how did you get to know Nuzest and why did it fit in with your lifestyle?
Okay, so the first time I tried Nuzest was when my sister asked me, would you like to try Nuzest protein? Because well, she's a trainer herself, and she said that because you have started to work out, you need protein because that is the main building unit of muscle and also for recovery. Then I'm like, okay, like I have no clue, and I'm like, I don't know what I should take just to support my recovery and to improve my performance. So I'm like, okay, I want to try this Nuzest. So she asked for my details, and then she submitted through the link, and then I get a sample of Nuzest sachet in a mailer. So I tried that. I'm like, not bad. And like, this is vegan, like pea protein. I don't know, pea protein tastes this nice. And then on top of that, there's a discount code where I can use for my first purchase. And of course, I did my research, like what is Nuzest and what is good about Nuzest, because I have been introduced with different brands of protein, and I want to know what are the differences. Like, okay, this is isolate whey, and then this is vegan. So what's different about Nuzest? So that is very interesting when I see that the sugars are actually like 0 or maybe 0.1 or something like that. It's like very, very low. That is very ideal for someone who don't want to add on into their calories, because now I'm doing I'm monitoring my macros, like whatever that I take on a daily basis. So this is very important. When I look at the nutritional information and I compare all the brands, I think this is what I want. And yes, I made the right choice.
And so you brought up a few really interesting points there. I'm assuming you are monitoring your macros because you're building up for a competition. But before we go into that, maybe we can explain we may have a lot of new listeners here. So what are macronutrients, and why would you even need to monitor those?
Okay. As a bodybuilder, we need to know what are the daily calories intake that we put into our body on a daily basis, because that's going to help us whether we want to grow. And there's different phases of bodybuilding, like the season, like off season, or you are prepping and then you're cutting. So your calories really matter at this point of time. I'm not talking about normal people who just want to lose weight or do some maintenance to look good. This is different. This is a sport. So it is very crucial for us to know what our calories are. And normally what consists in the calories is like the fats component, the carbs, sugar, protein. Yeah, so that is what I want to know, what I'm taking in terms of food and drinks. So all of this will total up to my daily calories intake for the day.
And for someone like you looking for gains, how many calories total are you trying to consume? And why does Nuzest work nicely into that mix?
Okay, I want gains, but I don't want excess sugars. So I don't want harmful fillers, preservatives or artificial. I'm not saying that the rest of the brands are all no good. So when you try on something and then you see that it is good for you and you don't have any side effects, to your gastrointestinal system, then that's perfect for you. And then, of course, I will have to monitor whether is it good for me, does it improve my performance, and does it affect my appetite or mood. So on a whole, I think Nuzest is perfect because I've been trying this for almost 2 years, and once I like that brand, I'm gonna stick throughout the brand, and it's easier for me to monitor my progress in terms of calorie intake as well. Yeah.
So you mentioned about the assimilation into your body. So you don't get any side effects by taking a lot of protein, and you don't get any side effects with Nuzest.
No side effects with Nuzest. So before I tried Nuzest, I tried other non-vegan protein, mainly isolate whey. It is so delicious because it says chocolate. It tastes like Milo. It's perfect. But what's bad about that? Because it's gonna make you gain more weight because the sugar content is really, it's pretty obvious. Like you can literally see per serving how many grams of sugar is in there. And when it tastes nice, that means something is wrong. So what makes it taste nice? So that is something for you to find out more about that particular brand. Even though the brand says like, oh, from this particular country, it looks so big, like wow, like everyone is like raving about it, the best Milo tasting protein or whatever. So that is very fishy there. And I tried to switch to other brands while I'm on Nuzest. Doesn't work for me. I felt nausea, toilet a few times. You know, I don't want to say. So nope, I'm not going to go to other brands. Like even though it's vegan, but I'm not gonna risk everything, like all the gains, you know, because it affects my appetite and my gut health, which I do want to, because when I want to really monitor my performance and make sure that I train very well, I have to take care of my gut immune system as well. So whatever that I put in is very important.
And I know there's going to be a lot of ladies out there who don't want big gains. So should ladies be fearful about taking extra protein? Is the protein gonna make them grow muscle, or is it actually quite difficult?
Okay, everyone needs protein. Children, elderly, those who are sick, or maybe like us or whoever who is starting to work out, we all need protein because protein is not only the basic unit for building muscle, it improves your mood and then your performance, and then you can train well. So like, look at me, I'm not big.
How many days a week do you actually work out at the moment?
Okay, because I'm taking bodybuilding as a sport, so it has already become my lifestyle, and I'm training about 5 to 6 times a week, and I have my 1 to 2 active rest days, which I don't do nothing. I will do some HIIT exercises, stretching, cardio, and abs. Yeah.
So for everyone else, your rest days are more like our training hard days, right?
Well, it's, how do I say? Yeah, some people are like asking, what, you don't even rest? Like, I see you training every day. So to me, there is no such thing as off days. I have to move around, and then so that's where I burn, you know. So yeah.
We used to say sometimes a change is as good as a rest. So I know you do a little bit of boxing at the ring and you do other things, and I'm sure that variance is mainly for your mind, but also flushing out some of the bad stuff that you're building up through the course of the week.
Yes, that's true. It's really nice to really sweat it out and do something instead of just lying around and watching TV. So, well, I guess something that I have to be disciplined myself is to do stretching, because when I train and lift heavy, I find that my muscles are tight and tense. So stretching is also good. Yeah, good on your rest days, you can do it.
And you're actually lifting really heavy. I thought I'd be sneaky the other day and ask how heavy you're lifting. What is your deadlift at the moment?
Okay, the maximum that I deadlift before is 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 100 to 110 kg. And I think that I'm not gonna go heavier because that is just to test my maximum abilities, like how heavy can I lift. So other than that, I think I will just have to work on how I execute it better, and then just be safe so that I don't get injured. Yeah, so I know, like, oh, now I can deadlift 2 times my weight. Okay, good.
And
So
I was
that's
about to say, if for those sitting at home, that's actually a lot of weight, because 2 times body weight is a substantial amount of weight to be lifting. So well done on that,
thank you.
PR. So when do you actually take protein every day? Do you take it before you work out or after you work out? How's the timing?
Okay, the number of serving I take a day depends on my weekly weight check-in. So I have an online coach who is guiding me with my workout program as well as my nutritional plan. So when he sees my weight and my check-in photos, he will be like telling me what do I eat and how many servings of protein I should take. So if let's say I'm supposed to take 2 servings of protein a day, that's gonna be with my breakfast in the morning, and then the second one will be post-workout.
And normally when you take the Nuzest, do you have a specific flavor you like, and how do you take it? Do you just mix it with water or mix it with milk, or what do you mix it with?
Okay. Of course, I think most of us like chocolate. So the first flavor I tried is chocolate, and I think I've tried most of the flavors. So once, I don't know, if you like Nuzest protein, you're gonna love all the flavors. So yeah, I like the chocolate one, strawberry and vanilla. Um, if let's say I really want it to be very clean and lean, as what the name says, right? Clean and lean. So I will just add cold water. That's all you need. It's perfect, okay? Because the pea protein gives off this hazelnut flavor, and it's like nutty and leaves you full. I don't know. It's very, very feeling, that the kind of feeling you have in the tummy. Yeah, I love hazelnut, so it's that nutty flavor that I love. Yeah.
And do you take any of the Good Green Vitality with your clean lean protein, or are you just taking the protein at the moment?
Okay, I take it separately.
Yeah.
So the Good Green Vitality is another drink that I will drink in the morning together with my oats and eggs, because that's gonna give me another reason that I need more fluids. So I don't combine everything. So like, okay, I have a glass of Good Green Vitality and I have another serving of protein shake. So more fluids for me, that's gonna encourage, to have to meet that hydration level that I need. Yeah.
And is that to try to keep you full for longer through the day? So you're consuming actually less calories, but you feel full for the same amount of calories. Is that the premise?
Yes, that's
Great.
right. It's truly right. Yep.
That's great. And it's a really good tip and trick. I know there's a lot of people out there experimenting with intermittent fasting or changing around their macros, so on a keto diet or something like that. But the truth is, a lot of us just could drink more and achieve a great result just by increasing that fluid intake, because that moves through your body really well. So I know there's another person in your house that really loves taking Nuzest, and that's your son. So what does your son take? Why does he take it?
Okay. He takes the kids' good stuff. So it's something like what I'm taking, clean lean protein with the Good Green Vitality, but this is the kids' version. So it has everything, multivitamins, probiotics, and everything. So good thing that he's okay eating vegetables when he see it on the plates, but something to boost his immune system and his gut health. I just want him to take a supplement which I trust, a brand that I trust and I am taking myself. So I introduced him with 2 flavors because I don't know which one he likes. It's the chocolate one and the strawberry one. So when he sees me doing weekend morning pancakes, he said, I want pancakes as well. So what I did is I put on a serving of kids' good stuff and then mix with eggs and almond milk and something like that to make it more interesting. And when he sees what I'm eating, what I'm doing, he always follows. So that is one good thing I want to inculcate in him. So I want to do good habits so he will also follow. Yep.
So it's a great trick that you're using, because I think a lot of parents, when they first get kids good stuff, we have a lot of kids that really love it. And then some kids just find the amount of vegetables inside it, it still has a unique taste. So what you're doing, putting it in the pancake, that's a great idea, but it takes a little bit more time. But you're probably going to do pancakes anyway, right?
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, I enjoy. It's a different way of consuming your protein, but you know it's gonna be inside, you know, and then eating it.
Overall, there's other supplements or children's supplements in the market. What are your thoughts on things like gummies or other supplements for kids? Do you give your son anything else on top of Nuzest?
Okay, to be honest, I tried giving him some gummy pastilles. It says like vitamin C and a lot of all those good stuff about it that it just states on the label. And then when I give to my son, he's like, there's so many sugar. They're like, oh my God. And yes, there's literally sugars inside the container. Like you can really see physical sugars, which covers the capsule, I mean, the gummies. So he knows it's not good. So, well, I think whatever we give to our kids, we also have to read the label and make sure there's no artificial flavorings, which makes the gummy more tasty. So that is not good. Yeah, so I would say choose something natural, because from young, when they know that that's harmful and they shouldn't be eating sugary foods or supplements, then they're just gonna continue it. It's because it has been part and parcel of their habit already. So yeah, just have to be watchful when we buy supplements over the counter. It's tasty means not necessarily healthy or good or originally. Yep.
And that's not only true. A lot of brands put in extra nutrients into bread, and even I see Milo out there is saying how wonderful it is for energy. But the truth of the matter is, when you do look at that sugar content, you're absolutely correct. It is far too high, in my opinion. And Nuzest is really proud that we're completely sugar-free across the whole line. Parents can feel happy about that. So
yes,
I know that you've got a big competition coming up sooner or later. Singapore is in a lockdown right now, so it might be delayed. Do you want to tell everyone about what you're building up for and why are you doing it? Because it's a lot of effort that you're putting in.
Yes, I have received a lot of questions through DMs like, what are you training for? Why are you training so hard? How come there are no rest days? Like, are you a trainer? Like, can you train me? There's so many questions about fitness. I don't know. It started off with just following my family to the gym, and then like, okay, I want to keep myself healthy. I want to be toned, and I'm a model myself. Like I do freelance modeling, and I feel like I need to look toned and good. So I'm also having a bit of hormonal imbalance. So I guess working out will improve my mood ultimately, not only looking good. So I approached my online coach, Danny, and I said that I want to look toned because I have a few photo shoots coming up. So I need to have some abs. So I have never have abs before in my life, and I don't even know if I can do it. So he wrote up a program for me and like, okay, this is what you should do. This is your workout program, and this is what you should eat. So like I follow religiously, very religiously. Then I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm prepping for a competition. Like, how come it's so tough? I don't know, because I tried it and I feel like I think I should I should compete, because I'm like going through a cutting phase, of bodybuilding. And I feel like this is like a preparatory phase for me, mentally and physically. So I'm like asking myself, why do I train 4 times a week? Back then was 4 times a week last year. And then I'm like, wow, I think I can do better than this, because I am now aiming towards working for abs and maybe more mass, like, but in a leaner kind of aspect, as a model. So I'm like, wow, I can be better than this. So the photo shoots are done and the photos look amazing and there's so many compliments about it. And then I told my coach, prepare me for prepare me for the next competition. I don't know, I want to try. I'm like, ooh, I don't know. I just feel like I want to do it, but it's not confirmed yet. So we are not too sure if it's going to happen this year. So I'll just continue training. So that's when he gave me a new workout program and also a new nutritional plan, a diet plan. And I'm now following as close as possible. Yeah.
And this is all pretty amazing because a lot of people that are listening don't follow you at the moment, but you actually have a full-time job on top of all of this, right? You're a nurse.
Yes.
So how do you juggle everything?
Oh gosh. All right. Yeah, I have an 8 to 5 job on weekdays. So what I do is I brought my gym gear along to work, and after work straight away go to the gym. I don't go home because I know when I go back, I'm not sure if I'm gonna leave home and then train again. So that's gonna waste some time. So every day I'm gonna bring like about 3 meals with me, 3 prep meals. So it's like breakfast, lunch, and pre-workout. So I'll have my post-workout at home. So yeah, I guess it's all about time management and how committed you are, how bad you want it, So it's like a challenge for myself. So I'm like competing against myself. It's just how focused I am. It really challenged myself to the max. And if I'm ready to do more, and how willing I am to pursue my goals. Yeah.
And it's really inspirational. I know that you've got a lot of ladies following you on Instagram. What is your Instagram handle so then people can find you? And tell us what's one very common question that you get other than, can you train me?
Okay. All right. My Instagram handle is Farah_nurse. Okay, so you can follow me on Instagram. And well, of course, most ladies ask if I can be their trainer. So I will always reply that I'm not a certified trainer. And then they're like, okay, can you show us some workout? And then I'm like, okay, I'll post it on my story highlights. So you guys can just check out my story highlights. Because I don't want to be sharing things in a wrong manner,
Right.
So that's what I always tell upfront. Like, I'm not a certified trainer, but like I really appreciate all the inspiring messages for me. So and most will be asking like, how do you juggle your time? Like, how much I envy you. I can't do that. Like, you are working and you are a mom. So there's a lot of questions. So yeah, I do reply them and say that, yeah, it's all about time management and what I want, because I say that my goals are different from others. So maybe that makes me different. So I know and I have set my mind what I want to achieve. So I think that's my drive, the inner drive that I have.
And it certainly is really amazing. I think everyone's watching and following and inspired by your journey. Another thing that a lot of people don't know is that you're a singer as well. So do you have any singing gigs coming up that people can come and check out?
Okay, not at the moment, but if there is, I will usually post on my stories, or I will post somewhere. It's just for leisure. Like it started out at work, when there's any events, the company will invite me for singing and maybe like dinner and dance performance. So yeah, it's all by word of mouth, sometimes through friends, and then like, oh, do you want to sing at this event? Yeah, so it's just like that. And then I like to do my own covers when I just want to distress. So when I'm at home, I have nothing to do, I just sing. So yeah.
Usually when I start singing, I get kicked out of the karaoke bar. So you're very exceptionally talented over there.
Oh, yeah,
So
I love singing.
is there anything else you want to share with everyone about Nuzest or about yourself? Or
Okay. Yes, I suggest if you want to know why I love Nuzest a lot, you should actually go to my link on my bio, and then there's this header which says free Nuzest sample. So you just submit your particulars, and then they will send you a free sample, because it started out as a sample for me, and then I purchased a bottle and I just stick to it because yeah, everyone needs to try it for themselves, and then they will know if they like it. Okay.
we're very grateful for having you on. We will include the link for Farah's free sample in the description box below, as well as a link over to her Instagram. So you can go follow her, check her progress out. But thank you for coming on tonight. We wish you all the best over the back half of the year.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Scott.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.